receivers are slowly inching their way back in the league. Is it weird that I find myself rooting for them?
Yeah.
Is that
Really?
all? Yeah. I'm like, oh, look at the white guy. He's actually keeping up. This is great.
Let me delicately approach this one then, because Bill Burr was talking about some of the novelties in the game. The Patriots have Wes Welker, they've got and Julian Edelman, so they've got some ball players that are diverse, if you will, out there for you to cheer about.
White boys.
That's terrible.
Right?
So
you
So
got
I gotta
root
root
for
for
him.
him. It'd be like you voting for Barack Obama. You know you're gonna do it. Right?
No.
You gotta do it.
You know what? Don't put me in
What
the
would he
box.
Wait a minute now. It's funny when it's turned on me.
What would he have to do for you not to root for the guy? You got to. Just as far as like, there's been what, like 40 white dudes in a row. Finally, a black dude gets there. You've got to be psyched about that. That's like every like wide receiver you see, like Jerry Rice, all these guys that I love. Finally, I see some white guy in there. Like, you know what? It gives me hope.
Historically, it was significant, and there will be no reason not to cheer about that. No question about it. But in terms
all
of
serious,
Oh,
look at that.
he's going
He's got his
crazy
hands
down
like
now.
this now. Historically,
Chris, you're about to jump on going. I
No,
want to ask you.
wait, am I touching this?
I'm enjoying this. Keep going.
Give us one Parcells story. There's got to be, because he was trying to coach you along through that.
Well, one
whole
thing Bill would do to Lawrence, Lawrence would get nicknames from everybody. I mean, Bill would get nicknames everywhere. What was his big nickname for you? If you kind of had two or three mediocre games, he was.
Don't make me think. I got concussions.
Yeah, okay. No, it's not the concussions. Trust me, it's other things. He would be walking to practice, and Lawrence would be out there. We had to walk the outside field.
What's the matter with?
What's the matter with? Hey, Taylor, I'm going to change your name to What's the Matter with? And Lawrence would go, okay, why? Because that's everybody in the press, everywhere I go. What's the matter with Lawrence Taylor? So, right, and he would wear you out for a whole week. He would do it. And, of course, it always worked. Lawrence would fall right in the trap, and he'd go get 4 sacks against Jay Schrader or somebody.
Right.
And, everything would be back to normal the following week. And, of course, we loved Lawrence, really, as players, because he was our alter ego. He could do things that we couldn't do, because, he was LT. He could do what he wanted most of the time. And one day, I don't know if I told this story, one day we have a practice field. He pulls the car. He pulls his car into the gate of the practice field. And I'm not exaggerating. There's his car. The door was open with his golf clothes. Because he was going to play golf at 4 o'clock. Up the street in Upper Montclair, remember? Yeah. And practice is dragging on, and Lawrence goes, hey, Bill, I got a 4 o'clock tee time, and I'm going to make it. So he's saying this, and Lawrence is funny. And then it gets to about 3:20, it's 3:30, practice is dragging. It's one of those, Chris, let's start it over, let's do it again. And all of a sudden, Bill's going, Sims, you've run those plays before. Come on, let's move on down the strip there. Hey, Bill. It was great. It was great.
As excellent a comedian as you are, how much of a thrill to be next to one of arguably the best that has ever played the game?
It's not even an argument. He's the best, without a doubt.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, listening to the stories you guys had in the green room and all that kind of stuff, you guys are funnier than I am. I sat there like a little kid listening. And I'll tell you, back in the day, before the NFL got so huge, whatever market you lived in, I lived in the New England market, so it was all Patriot stuff, and you had to be, like, ridiculously exceptional to have your jersey. And they had a bunch of Lawrence Taylor gear up there throughout his whole career, and people would wear it, and you wouldn't do it, If you wore another team's jersey, you got a rough time, but if you wore LT's, it's LT, you know what I mean?
Good point. Big time
And that was, Boston, New York, we hated each other, so if you had anything New York, but he was so good, he superseded even that.
Close out the segment with the story about you guys were 5-0, and you were talking to Lawrence Taylor, because Lawrence Taylor was
we were actually,
okay.
yeah. We were in the plane, and he always sat in the back of the plane, and, whatever. And we're back there.
What's the whatever?
Whatever. Whatever. He had we all sat in the same seats.
Right.
So we're back there, and I don't know who said it. Somebody goes to Lawrence. Man, we're 5-2. We're first in the division. And he goes, oh, that's great. It's great. He goes, who's in our division? And everybody's like going, everybody looks at each other and go, just keep hitting the quarterback.
That's LT. You have to beat everybody in order to win, right?
There you go.
Whoever they put in front of you, go take care of it. That's
great.
LT. Folks, after that, there's only